What's poppin'? How y'all doing? Shout out to all my new subscribers. Thanks for the support. Keep it going. Got some stuff for y'all coming up. Everything's gonna be gravy. Everything's getting better. It's getting lovely over here. But let me start off the show right. First of all, let me shout out to Mr. Skinny TV, Wax Dog, The Star Report. Shout out to these fellas. So this what we doing, people? This what we do on the field trips? Really? We taking the kids to the grown folks bar and grills? To the LGDB, to the bar and grill? Let's jump right in here. You know, I deal with the psychology of the situation that's going on. I'm not no fucking Umar. I'm not about to run down 6, 7, 8 degrees. Fuck all that shit. Let me tell you the psychology of this shit. So the mind of the person that took the kids over there, the mind of the person that forged the idea, that manifested the idea to take some kindergartners over there, it's the same mind of like the people that kidnap kids. That's the same mind of a person that will drive drunk with kids in the car. That's the same mind of a person that will leave their kids alone in the home. Now don't get this shit twisted. They need the heat brought down on their ass. This don't need no conversation. This don't need no mediating. This need pure consequence for fucked up action. So you have people that'll say, after I make this statement, they're gonna say, well, we not waiting on them to help. Let me get to the point. Where is Rick Ross and Pitbull and Ace Hood and all these Florida rappers that talk about being in the street still? If you're still in the street, then you got peers that got kids that go to that school. Or you know somebody who knows somebody who got kids that go to that school, whether they're in the kindergarten or not. This is a teacher that works for a staff that's at a school that okayed that. That's attached to a board that okayed that. That also have parents who spoke in favor of that. Someone who in which stated it was similar to being, or it's the same as being at Applebee's. It's fucking not, because Applebee's is a family setting. It's set for family. You hear me? The LGTB, that place is set strictly for people homing in on the on that lifestyle. Again, am I against the LGBT people? No. Am I against the lifestyle? No. Do I agree with the lifestyle? No. So I don't accept it. I don't agree with it. Okay? But I don't dislike the people who live that lifestyle, because you get freely to do what you want to do. But by no means should you entice young people into a lifestyle that's not being produced or put in front of them at home. So I'm pretty sure they still have permission slips, right? Parents, where your mind's at? Celebrities in that area, where your power at? Where your money and your bags at now to make shit happen? You gonna protect the kids or not? This is clear cut right here. You gonna protect the kids or not from down there? Now, I ain't talking to all Floridians. I'm talking to the ones that I just mentioned with the status that I just mentioned. Because for all this black power and black excellence power, and you ain't expressing power shit. Y'all niggas ain't moving shit. Period. Point blank. Got these kids sitting up in there with all this action going on. You know there's some couples in there. You can love and like and be with who you want. But if this were Applebee's, the child would be on a leveled field at least. What do I mean by that? Because they could possibly look to the left and see a true family unit. Man, women, children, a true procreating system in the works. And a small ecosystem sitting at that table. Or they can look to the right and see a preferred lifestyle. Be it agreed or disagreeable. We're leaving the teacher, if presented with questions, is able and equipped to answer those questions appropriately. Thus sending the child back home to further investigate if need be. Or is this an agenda? Is this a slip of curriculum that the rest of y'all not paying attention to because you caught up in the propaganda side of this just being a headline story? But forgetting that everything has to be put in your face so it can be underlined effective. Hegel. Thanks a lot, Hegel. This is unacceptable. So somebody might say, why do you care? You from the Midwest. The children that's going to grow and run the world ain't all from the Midwest. See, I'm not one of them people who you could turn around and say, well, you always talk about what's going on in other cities. What you doing in your own? You ain't saying that. I always say what's going on in my city. But the thing about it is, you might not ever see a lot of videos on it, because when I see stuff in my city and I see something going wrong, I check it right there, live and in person. I'm that guy. So there don't be no time to pull out the phone and record, because this don't be no opportune moment to get no footage. This be real shit. Real shit happening, and you step in and you take care of the real shit. You speak your piece, and you stand on it right then. Which is what should be happening in Florida. See, let me give you an example. If that field trip was Monday, there should have been no school Tuesday. There should have been so many parents in that front door. It would have been a melee, not a fight, but a disturbance to cause attention. That's what I'm saying. We got to do better. See, everybody want to be on here. Everybody want to talk shit. When you get to talking shit about their favorite bloggers, niggas jump in with nothing intellectual to say at all, but they jump in. You ever heard that a debate with no evidence is a dead debate? So you stupid, ignorant motherfuckers, when you say something to me, have some proof of what you're talking about. Because when I speak, it's already studied on, investigated, and is ready to present to you in its full capacity. Thus, it's ready for you to then receive, digest, take further, and do some cross-referencing investigation to come up to a solid point for yourself. See, this ain't the platform for spoon feeding. This the platform for men. So we ain't nurturing no men over here. Your mama and your daddy should have did that. Or the streets, or wherever you claim to have got grown at. But that ain't what we doing over here. It's harder to correct a broken man than it is to guide the youth. So I'm only talking to like minds. If you disagree with what I'm saying, that's cool. I'm fine and dandy with that. Thanks for your comment anyway, because it's helping me out and it's helping the family that's with me in here grow. So we welcome haters. Believe that. But don't think you ain't gonna be under fire. You're gonna get a shit stain before you get up out of here. Trolling is something that we was raised doing. Y'all call this shit trolling because it's on YouTube. This shit ain't trolling. This is the same shit we call ranking. Riding your back. Calling the dozens. It's all the same shit. But it's digital now. It's trolling. No, nigga, you say some whack ass shit, I'm on your ass. You troll good enough, you gonna get some spotlight. You troll the right way, you'll get some positioning. Knowledge is in degrees. I hope you be taking some of these gems that I be spitting at you and putting them in your bag. See, everything I say ain't for everybody. Everything I say probably don't even make sense to everybody that's listening. Adults can agree to disagree though, because that's part of growth. Get y'all shit together, man. Florida, stand up and take care of that situation. Because we supporting you up here in the Midwest. When you make that decision, we supporting that. But don't uplift no motherfucking rappers and no celebrity gossip. Right now, that should be the story of Florida right now. Until it's dealt with. The same way y'all made George Floyd a story. This is, to me, now, I don't want y'all to read this wrong. As a matter of fact, let me take a thought and a sip of this coffee so that I can make sure to have the words in proper perspective, so as not to offend or cause pain to anybody. Alright. We have to quit picking and choosing what we feel like is more important. There are things that don't vividly look as important because to you, it's not in the forefront of your reality. Or it's involving some things you don't know about. But just the idea, just the fact, just the notion that some adults sat and conspired an idea to take some kindergartners into a bar, whether it was LGBTQ or not. See, let's not make that the issue either, because that's a divide and conquer tactic that's being used by the media. Don't fall into that. Because what it's doing is making you now disagree against LGBT, the letters. That's not what we're trying to do. The underlying point is that they took extra minors into an adult space. So no, it's not like Applebee's, because Applebee's do not market to straight this. They market to family dining and fun and sports and stuff like that. This place markets for that specifically. So that was an incorrect and illegal decision made, because that is child recklessness. That's what that is. That's also child abuse. Just from being in an atmosphere that's strictly an adult atmosphere. It's if I took a group of young men, Little League, to the, to the Magic City, where one would say, well, man, that's inappropriate. Where I could argue and say, well, how are you supposed to adequately teach your young men about their manhood if you don't put them in an environment to where you can teach them about what they're seeing? I could be, I'm just hypothetical. I'm just spitting some dumb shit. That was dumb shit, what I'm saying, but somebody was going to say that. Not me, but somebody would say that as an argument. Think about that, man. Kindergartners at the bar and grill? How were you entertaining them? How were you using the environment to teach them? Because a field trip is a trip into the field. What is the field? Your learning fields. What do I mean by that? So a field trip to the zoo is a trip to the field of educational barriers that's put together and called the zoo, because each particular piece is a learning tool or a learning piece of that puzzle attached to that zoo. That's a field trip for the kids. They're going to learn at every aspect, every turn of this trip. Even the travel here and fro. Camping, field trip. Then you go out of town and visit monuments, field trips. National parks, field trip. Bar, reckless child endangerment. Hypothetical. You load the kids up, you put them up out of the parking place, bam! You get smacked side iron by one of the drunken drivers coming from the exact same place where you were at. How you explain that to those parents? Better yet, parents, how do you feel? Y'all be ready to sue something. You signed the children over with permission. This what we doing now? This what we doing? Fuck out of here, man.